What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and welcome back to yet another Warhammer 40k video. In this one, we'll be covering the best Tau units in 8th edition as we say goodbye to 8th and say hello to 9th edition. So, in the previous video, we spoke about the number 3 pick for the best units in the Tau, and that was none other than what I chose as the XV8 Crisis Battlesuits. These are pretty much the most infamous models for the Tau, and the most versatile. So, let's take a look as to what I chose as my second best unit in the Tau Empire, the Tactical Drones. Now, where the battlesuits can pretty much deal with any enemy based on their loadouts, these are the best support in the entire Tau line. The cute, the lovable, the tactical drone. Drones come in many different flavors, such as gun, shield, and marker to be exact, and each one has its own role. But the best thing is that drones have the ability called Savior Protocols. This rule essentially grants a ton more wounds to your Tau units, but it only affects battlesuits and infantry. So, if an enemy is targeting these units, on a 2+, you can put any wounds over to that drone, and it converts all the damage that they would have taken into a single mortal wound. That is crazy. Crazy. Let's say you get hit with a last cannon and they roll a 6. That 6 damage that was going to kill your battlesuits no longer is killing battlesuits. It is now simply pinging off a shield drone, or a marker drone, or a gun drone, all because you rolled a 2-up on your Savior Protocols, and these drones happen to be within 3 inches of that unit. So these drones come in clutch so many times. They are literally really good because of that specific rule. Thunderfire cannons trying to ruin your day? Not anymore. Sniper shots trying to take down your commander? Not today. It only gets better because you can take a shield drone, and now shield drones will ignore mortal wounds on that 5-up feel no pain. That will ruin your opponent's day. Think about it. Your opponent spends all these points, all these stratagems and tactics trying to line up that perfect shot. They fire and they do hits. And now, it just so happens that your commander that was out in the open has a few shield drones nearby. He rolls that 2-up for the Savior Protocol, and then he hits a 6 with its Feel No Pain. So all that time and effort that your opponent tried to do is completely ignored. Lady Luck has smiled upon you. So yeah, this is a tactic that literally catapults the Tau Empire to the meta, because shield drones, they're gonna ruin any shooty army's day. Now, of course, you can overwhelm them with just a massive amount of shots, or you can just aim for the drones themselves, because usually drones aren't that tough. They fall pretty easily, unless they're shield drones, like I said. Because shield drones, I believe they got a 4-up save and a 5-up Feel No Pain, so they're a little bit more difficult to take down, but with enough focus fire, they will fall. So because of this, it is practically mandatory to take drones as part of your army for whatever Tau you're playing. Farsight, Castling Up, any Sept, take drones. If you don't, you are playing the Tau wrong, and chances are you're probably gonna lose. Because think about it, bringing in Riptides and just shielding the crap out of them with like a full squad of shield drones, they're never gonna die. You're gonna be hated by your friends, but it's never gonna die. So like I said, commanders, Riptides, fire warriors, broadsides, crisis suits, literally almost every unit in the Tau line can benefit from Savior Protocols. Every good unit, I should say. There are a few exceptions, such as vehicles and whatnot, but for the most part, these little drones will sacrifice themselves for you, and that is the most logical thing you can do because these sacrifices are for the greater good. Every drone has its merits. Now that's kind of expressing the greatness that is the shield drone, but let's shift on over to the other types of drones. For example, the gun drone. Gun drone is what you bring when you want to bring down the DACA. Each drone is equipped with not one, but 2 pulse carbines, and these carbines hit at strength 5, dealing 1 damage at no AP. However, it is assault 2, so you're going to be putting out 4 shots with a single gun drone at 18 inches. Bring a full 12 drone squad, and you've now got a hail of 48 shots. They're not that great at hitting. I believe their BS is 5 up. But if you got a battlesuit with a drone controller, you can greatly increase the odds of hitting a little bit better because they fire at the ballistic skill of the battlesuit, which is usually 4 up. So hitting half the time, yeah, you're going to bring the pain. And just reiterating the fact of how great shield drones are, they're going to be a real pain in the ass to kill. So that's why you should bring maybe 2 or 3 max squads of 12 and just bubble wrap your riptides. Bring 3 riptides and just, there's going to be drones everywhere. Yeah, I guarantee you will win all your games like this, but you will lose all your friends. Because 36 extra wounds that are ignored on a 5 up will be the death of your enemy. Just turn after turn, drones are gonna fall, but again, this is nothing because it keeps your riptides alive to just fire, nova charge, and just bring the pain to your enemy. So again, it's a dick move, but if you want to be known as a tryhard or that guy, go ahead. But don't say I didn't warn you. This is the second time I've talked about it, so it's great, it's good. But again, morally ethic? You decide. And finally, let's talk about the last variant of the standard tactical drone, the MV7 marker drone. Now, marker drones are considered another essential because even though the Tau are considered a ranged army, they're not great at hitting at range. For the most part, their BSs are all 4 up, so you're going to hit half the time. However, marker drones give you that much needed marker light support. And marker lights are going to vastly improve those 50-50 chances of hitting your enemy. So the way that marker lights work is a bit different than in previous editions. So in this edition, whenever you get a marker light hit, you put a counter on it. With 1 counter, any unit firing at the targeted unit gets to re-roll hit rolls of 1. It's really good. So now you're hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. With 2 marker light tokens, you can shoot destroyer and seeker missiles at the firing model's BS, as well as being able to reroll 1s, so the stacks are cumulative. With 3 marker lights, you can then ignore cover. Again, really good. 4 marker lights grant you the ability to move and shoot without the penalty for firing heavy and assault weaponry. And finally, with 5 marker light tokens, you have hit the sweet spot and you add 1 to your hit rolls. So now you're hitting practically, essentially, on a 3-up, re-rolling 1s, ignoring cover. You can move and shoot without having to worry about the negatives. That is how you make the Tau truly fearsome in the shooting phase. Now, it's not an easy task to get 5 marker lights on every target unit that you want. I mean, you're always going to want to get that +1 to your BS all the time, but it's going to take a lot to get there, especially since marker drones have a BS of 5 up. You're not going to be hitting very often. A 4 up if you have a drone controller and you're pretty nearby. There's more efficient ways to bring marker lights, such as pathfinders or vehicles, but these drones give you a chance of getting marker lights, as well as giving you that much needed savior protocol. Other ways of getting your units to that sweet spot of 5 marker lights are through stratagems. There's a few really good ones. For example, uplinked marker light for only 1 command point grants you an extra D3 marker lights when you've hit somebody with at least 1 marker light prior. So say you've got like a 5-man squad of marker light drones, you roll you hit on a 5-up, which isn't going to get net very much, but you at least hit once. That's good. Now you spend that command point and roll that D3, and you could potentially bring it up to 4, which isn't great, but you're already ignoring cover, you're able to fire off these secret missiles, hitting at the ballistic skill. But let's say you just need that one extra, marker light to get you to 5. You can then do the aerial targeting stratagem from the Psychic Awakening for the greater good, and boom, just like that, it grants you a single marker light hit. So at the end of the day, you will be spending probably 2 command points to get you to that 5, but again, save your protocols is where it's at. Maybe you can split by having a few drones and a few pathfinders, but at the end of the day, you're going to want to have most of your units being targeted by marker lights so you can destroy them, focus on the next one. And that's why target priority is so important for the Tau, because you're not going to do much damage if you're only hitting 50% of the time, statistically. And there is another stratagem that I do want to talk about. It's very specific because it only affects crisis suits that are coming in via, I believe it's Deep Strike. And what this does is, for 2 command points, you can activate Coordinated Engagement. So again, it affects a single crisis suit unit, but whatever unit that they're targeting is treated as having not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 marker lights, just like that. So spend those command points, and boom, your Death Star of battlesuits that have just dropped in, ready to unload whatever type of ammunition you've given them. Maybe they're going tank hunting, so they've got fusion blasters, or maybe they're trying to mow down hordes, so they got a whole bunch of burst cannons. They're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and it's just gonna be a whole bunch of dead enemy models on your opponent's side of the field. So again, target priority is what you want to focus on. Then focus on marker lights, and then just unload and watch the enemy melt. So with that being said, that concludes my number 2 choice for the best Tau unit, and that is none other than the support, the tactical drones. There's a few other drones in the Tau Codex that I didn't cover, such as shielded missile drones, sniper drones. You've got also some like Remora drones from Forge World, but these are where it's at. If you're looking for DACA, you've got gun drones, which are probably the least useful. If you're looking for survivability, shield drones are where it's at. And overall, if you're looking to improve your Tau in general, definitely marker light drones. And I think that's mainly why they come in number 2, because even though the XV8 Crisis battlesuit is so versatile, it can literally take anything your opponent has based on what you equipped them weapon and war gear wise. This is the glue to your army. Any Tau army you have will not function properly if you don't have the right support. So a mixture of gun, or not even gun, I'd say leave the gun drones at home. Mixture of marker light and shield drones is where it's at. If you want to, give me another tactic or another unit that you believe should be the number 2 Tau unit in 8th edition, let me know down in the comments below. But now that we have broadsides, or not broadsides, but crisis suits in number 3, drones in number 2, tune in for tomorrow's episode, where I will give you the best Tau unit in 8th edition in the same format as provided for this one. So put your thoughts, put your expectations below in the comments, and we'll see if you guys are correct. So again guys, leave your thoughts down below, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on finding out who the number 1 Tau unit in 8th edition is. And as always, I've been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.